Fingers crossed.
Can you hear us, Twitch? Can you hear me, and can you hear my good friend Mr. Danny Cowan?
Yes, can you hear me? Listen to my voice and hear it, please.
It's a bit delayed on mine, so I'm gonna only see the chat turn up about. There we go. Okay, so they can hear me. Excellent. We can hear both of us.
Cool.
Danny is way too quiet. Okay.
Oh dang it. Yeah, I have my mic set up as far as it can go.
The music might go a bit louder, but we can maybe bring Danny in. How about now?
Hello? How's this now? Waiting for stream to catch up.
Hopefully the music's not too loud and you guys can actually hear Danny. That would be amazing. No more big the cat. Tad higher is coming through. Is the music too loud, or is that acceptable for you guys? Because unfortunately Sonic 2 refuses to have its own volume levels. So it's kind of annoying for streaming whilst chatting. Let me try. Music is good, Danny is quiet. Okay, so we'll go a bit louder with the music. You are level with the music, we need to up the Danny. Unfortunately it's not going to happen, so I'm just going to have to be a bit louder with the music. And
how do you up the Danny?
I'll up the Danny, and I'm just going to have to be louder myself. How is that? Is that all working? Danny, do you want to speak a bit?
Yeah, how's this? How is my voice right now? Jess, I don't want to scream. I'm not a screamer. I will never be a YouTube superstar at this rate.
It's like constantly up to Danny, and it's like I'm running out of volume.
Look through my options again. Maybe there's some Oh boy.
Totally no change. Really? Can you get closer to the mic, Danny?
Yes. I'm close right now. Hang on. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, how about now? This is absolute maximum volume. I am engulfing the microphone.
That sounds wrong. Do you want to talk a bit more, Danny? Just see if how the levels are doing.
Yeah, this is Danny at maximum volume, close to the microphone, looking at Sonic the Hedgehog in all his glory.
I think we're going to have to go with that. I think if it's acceptable, we're going to have to go with that.
Okay, I'll try and talk a little louder than usual. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah,
Sonic the Hedgehog!
Basically going to have to shout over Sonic. I can't really make the... Unfortunately, I can't make the music lower because the Steam version of Sonic 2 does not have its own volume control. Actually, maybe I can do that in options. There's options. There's the in-game options. Oh no, I've just started it. Ah.
Maybe through the Windows taskbar, you can like.
Oh yeah, that's clever.
Yeah, where it changes like individual programs.
How do you do that?
I believe you right-click on the volume icon, and it'll say Open Volume Mixer.
Okay. Open Volume Mixer. There you go. Oh! And I can make Skype louder.
I'm just kind of hoping this works.
Let's see if that works. Do you want to talk a bit?
Hey there, how's this? How's the Danny percentage now? Skype louder, says Alexander.
Ah! It was all going so well. Ah! No!
Oh man, that monkey is just missing you by inches. And Sonic just doesn't even care.
No. Okay, I think we're nearly there. I'm going to put Skype as loud as possible. And that should be... And I'll put the volume a bit louder for the music. Okay, do you want to talk a bit?
Okay, this is now maximum Danny. This is as much Danny as Danny can be. Danny is sick of saying his own name.
I'm kind of sick of you saying your own name too, actually.
Everyone is.
Hopefully this is fine.
It goes a long way.
A little Danny does go a long way. Okay, I'm going to close the mixer. I'm going to get started, I think, if we're good to go. I think everyone can hear you fine, hopefully. So let's do this. Minimum Danny. I need more Danny on my monitor. This'll do. It's going to have to do. Danny, you're just going to have to just shout at Sonic for the whole 2 hours. Okay, so... Oh, I've already wasted a minute. No, this is not going to do. I'm just going to make Sonic die. Because this is not right. No, I've got my ring back. It's really hard to make Sonic die. I've just realised that. Because I don't know how to reset. Do you remember how to reset on the Genesis? Without actually resetting?
Yeah, that would be the actual button.
The actual button, yeah.
I don't think there's a soft reset in this game.
Unfortunately, no. I know the DS reset, which is LR start select, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reset I know.
Fire Emblem. I know that for sure.
Okay, so let's do this. We're only 5 minutes late. Hello everyone, this is Joystiq Streams, and we're going to do Sonic 2 in 2 hours. My name is Sinan Kubba, and I'm joined, as you've guessed by now, by the wonderful D. Cowan, or Danny, for longer.
Hello everyone, this is D. Cowan, aka Danny Cowan. It's nice to be here with my friend Sonic the Hedgehog, and also Sinan, I guess.
Oh, thanks. So are you a big Sonic fan? And when we say that, we're talking about Sonic before it got rubbish, basically.
I'm a big fan of every era of Sonic.
Really?
For today, reasons less so than... it's for different reasons today than it was back in the day. Like, I appreciate Sonic now, even though he's kind of hit a rough patch. But, you know, you gotta support the Hedgehog.
When you say he's did you play Sonic Boom? Were you the guy who reviewed it for us?
No, I played the demo, and it was awesome.
Do you want to elaborate on how awesome it was?
Well, I made Knuckles fly up into the air until, like, the game's environment disappeared, and he was in outer space, so that was pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. I played a demo at an event, and I got stuck on a bridge, and that's pretty much all I can remember about it.
Nice.
Yeah,
New Sonic's all about getting stuck on stuff.
Yeah, generally, and this is why I love Sonic 2, because even when you do get stuck, it's so easy to just get unstuck. And I don't know how they got that so wrong after Sonic 3, basically. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What would you say was a last half decent Sonic?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. Sonic Generations was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that game. It was definitely better than what came afterwards. And I have a soft spot in my heart for Sonic Adventure. And even though that's not a good game, I can acknowledge.
I like Sonic Generations because it was basically, you know, old Sonic plus new Sonic, which is fine. But I think I preferred Sonic Colors. That's probably my favoritist of the new Sonics, because it wasn't really a Sonic game. So that's probably why it was good.
I don't think I ever actually played that one. That one's like where you're in some sort of Eggman amusement park or something.
Oh no, I died! I don't know if you've seen that. I'm probably 30 seconds in advance, I tend to be with Twitch. But yeah, I died again. Okay, so I'm finding it hard to chat and stream at the same time. You're going to see me die 2 times in quick succession and probably restart from completely, so we can just make this proper. Gonna go from the beginning again because I've just completely messed this up.
Start over the speedrun, restart.
Yeah, oh no, I've got to continue. I've got to let the continue run out. This is a really strong start.
Now I noticed you're doing a Tails only run. Is that your preferred way to play through Sonic 2?
Oh yeah, because Tails is adorable in this game. Except you can't make him fly when you're playing as him, but he's still miles, and that wasn't intended, miles more likable than Sonic, who's just a bit of a cocky git, really. Excuse my language, but he is.
How dare you?
Oh no.
Anthony says try turning down the master volume on OBS, and that might turn me up in the process.
Okay, let's try that. That's a good idea.
And man, let me tell you, I am not looking forward to finding all this out for myself when I finally get a streaming setup going, because it sounds like a pain.
It is a bit of a pain. I'm not used to it because I'm usually used to stream on my own. Okay, so we're turning OBS down. We'll turn the volume up. And let's see how that goes. Okay, so hopefully that's a bit quicker. A bit nicer, even. Quicker? What the hell am I on about? I'm really...
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, it's been drilled into me in the Joystiq chat for like the last hour. Gotta go fast, gotta go super quick. And obviously it went so quickly that I died on the first level, which was really great. So the reason why I wanted to stream this on Joystiq is because we did I was part of the Take This stream over the weekend, like in December. When I say over the weekend, I think it was the last weekend of December, and I wanted to complete it in 2 hours then, and I got all the way to Sky Chase Zone, and then died, and that was after about 100 minutes. So I'm sure I can do, even though I'm a bit rubbish at the moment, but it just.
You died at the auto scroller. That's rough.
Yeah.
you even got past Metropolis Zone, which is like my least favorite stage of the game.
I think that's the thing. If you get past Metropolis Zone, you should really complete the game. That's the hardest bit.
Yeah.
And
that's the first one that has 3 acts, and it really starts to drag, and you're like, do I really want to finish this game?
Right. And then Sky Chase is pretty sort of long, and it's easy to die in that one and lose loads of progress. And then there's the Metal Sonic, which is really hard. And then there's the actual boss, which is a kind of a test of attrition, a war of attrition more than anything.
Oh man, yeah. For anyone who hasn't played through this game, or hasn't played it recently, the final zone puts you up against 2 really tough bosses in a row and doesn't give you any rings. So if you get hit once, you die, and then you have to fight both of them over again.
Yeah. To answer a chat question I saw, am I going to get all the gems as well? No. 2 reasons. One, I'm playing as Tails, and so there's no point to it as far as I remember. I think you only get Supersonic if you're Sonic. And second, this is a speedrun, and I'm barely good enough to do this in 2 hours without going for the gems. So, my strategy is as far as it goes is to go forwards and try not to die. I don't know if that's the best speedrunning strategy, but it's what I'm going with.
That's generally the right way. You just hold right, quick jump a few times, and then you beat the game.
Yes.
That's how it's always gone for me. Wow, the Sanu in chat says, can barely hear Zabs. So quiet, I have turned into a different person. Cool.
That is cool. I'm trying to turn the volume up even more now. Hopefully that'll get you even louder. This was a question I asked on the Take This stream. What's your favourite Sonic 2 music? Because for me, it is the zone I'm currently playing right now, which is Chemical Plant Zone, has the best music for me in Sonic 2.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's actually the first one to come to mind for me too, so maybe that's also my favorite. To me, it sounds modern even now, and it's now, what, 20 years old? It still seems modern to me. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the Sonic, the music from the early Sonic games especially, still holds up, I think. Because it was composed by a guy who is actually from a band in Japan. This band called Dreams Come True. They hired him to do the music for Sonic 1 and 2. And then they switched to Michael Jackson for Sonic 3, supposedly.
I thought that was officially confirmed now, like after his posthumously or how do you say that word?
Posthumously.
That's the one. What was I saying? Did I say posthumous?
Post-hummus. He made some hummus. He did the music for Sonic 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was basically confirmed that he at least contributed to a few of the tracks on Sonic 3.
What was the song that borrowed from There was a song that he released which basically took its rhythm from a Sonic 3 level, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't recall the song's name though.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, there was a lot of similarities between Michael Jackson's songs and Sonic 3 that, of course, people highlighted
Yeah.
later on.
Whoever can remember what that song is in the chat will win a mention by me, which is very exciting, but I will endeavour to do it.
I didn't know there was a one-up in that wall there. I'm learning things.
I was saying to Anthony, I reckoned you were going to tell me how I was playing this wrongly during this stream. Like, I've got this... There's this perception of you and Joystiq, Danny, that you are basically the king of retro.
I am?
Yes, well, the king of bad retro games, but this is a good retro game, so maybe that's where you go wrong.
I'm also familiar with good retro games in addition to the bad ones. I played a ton of Sonic 2, actually. Sonic 1 and 2 are probably among my most played Genesis games. I love them.
Would you say they are the best Genesis games?
Oh,
No?
Oh, you got stuck in a wall. That was cool. Yeah, I have weird taste.
That happened to me on a test run as well.
Top 20, though.
Top 20? Only top 20?
Yeah, maybe like 18, 19. I don't know. I don't actually have rankings.
Well, now I'm going to ask you what your favourite Genesis game is, because I'm amazed what's better than Sonic 2, basically.
Oh, jeez. All I can think of are games that I've played over the last few days, and those aren't better than Sonic 2.
What have you...
Evans is not better than Sonic 2. what other Genesis games were there?
Echo. Echo is highly regarded.
Echo's not as good as Sonic 2.
No, it isn't.
Echo's partially a good game.
Oh no!
The second half.
Oh, I did. Oh. Okay, so Susan can attest to us in the chat. When I did this boss, you'll see it in a second, because we seem to be miles ahead of everyone. When I did that boss, the boss at the end of Chemical Plant Zone in the test run, I beat it in 8. Just jumped on it 8 times in a row, and just now I've just completely died. Just went into the water after one hit. It was rubbish.
That is actually a tough boss to speedrun, because you can just land in the water like that, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it.
But the thing is, you can just hit him 8 times in a row, and I did that perfectly the first time around. I've just done it now. And, whatever. We're getting a lot of votes in the chat for Toe Jam and Earl. The Cap Attack. Danny's favourite Genesis game is Busy Town, says Anthony. Do you want to know?
Okay, that's probably accurate.
Really?
I'd say Busy Town is my favorite game.
Have you streamed that on Joystiq for us?
Oh man, I need to.
I think you should.
I've mentioned this on stream before, but there's this Dreamcast emulator for Sega Genesis games, and it's very bad. It plays the sound completely incorrectly, and it turns Busy Town into just this magical nightmare world.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't even want to spoil it, because it'll be on stream someday.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that. I'm trying to think other Genesis games.
Seeing a vote for World of Illusion. I like Castle of Illusion a lot. That's probably one of my top 10 favorites. That is just a really, really solid game.
I didn't actually have a Genesis until about 1999. So I missed out on most of the games because I basically at that point I was just playing, stuff that I knew, like FIFA 98, which was rubbish. There was a cricket game. There was the Sonic games, obviously.
There was a cricket game for the Genesis?
Oh yeah, I doubt it would have made it to America, but what was it, Brian Lara's something or other 98?
Wow.
It was bad. Oh, I made it to the... No! I hate the water in this zone.
Okay, Anthony in chat is listing off my favorite games for me. These include Castlevania Bloodlines. That is a really good and underrated game. Contra Hardcore. That is another good one. Man, Konami's output for the Sega Genesis was really weird because they released some of their best games, and then immediately afterwards they released a bunch of games where they just obviously didn't care at all.
Well,
Like, nothing exemplifies that better than Rocket Knight Adventures. Let's say that's my favorite Genesis game, just to get off that line.
Okay.
Rocket Knight Adventures. And then immediately afterwards they released Sparkster, which was terrible. And that just really shows what they were doing with the Genesis. Like, at some point they decided it was still worth supporting, but not enough to put actual effort into their games anymore. It was a weird time.
Yeah, sorry about how difficult it is to hear Danny. Like, I've done everything I can. Everything's on maximum, but unfortunately, for some reason, it's just not coming through, and I apologise for that. But hopefully, you can still make out the wonderful list of Genesis games that he's going through.
I'm officially the guy in the back now.
Yeah, the guy in the back. You are the Tails to my Sonic in this run.
Hey, Sonic!
Now, which Tails are you voicing there? Which era of Tails?
Oh lord.
Are you voicing cartoon Tails? Are you voicing Tails from the modern games, or the new engineer Tails from the Boom line?
Dude, there's too many Tails. You can't nail down a single specific Tails. There's the kind of dopey one in Sonic Adventure. There's this one where he doesn't talk. That's probably the best Tails.
Stranger in Moscow. Yes, thank you. That was 7 Mac 11S. Okay, there's your mention. Well done. At least you aren't Zab anymore. You're just the guy in the back. Says.
Improvement. I'll take it.
Revenge of the Shinobi. Did you mention that?
Ooh, Revenge of Shinobi. I played that a ton. That's a good game.
So I was a Super Nintendo
Is
guy.
probably better.
I was definitely Super Nintendo at that point. I was all Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and 64, and then I moved to the PlayStation. So, I mean, I was playing stuff like Bubsy on Nintendo. That's how bad my collection was of the SNES.
I think we all played Bubsy at some point. That's like a rite of passage in the 16-bit era.
I bet you've played more than one Bubsy though.
I've played... Oh man, I got to the last stage of Bubsy 3D and then quit because I couldn't take it anymore.
That's impressive.
I played through most of Bubsy 1. Bubsy 2 is probably the worst. I can't stand to play that for more than a few minutes.
I've got a more obscure Bubsy, which is the one that was made as part of a museum exhibit, a virtual interactive museum exhibit, like a couple of years ago.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
I put that on my best of the rest list last year, I believe.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that is that's the best Bubsy by far.
Yeah, that's a freeware indie game where Bubsy explores an art museum dedicated to absence of space. And that's probably the best thing to ever come out of Bubsy.
Yeah.
I'm thankful Bubsy exists just for that game.
It was like the best way to say goodbye to him and forget that he ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we doing? Like, Casino Night Zone, 20 minutes in. I'm not sure that's amazing progress. I don't know.
That's pretty darn good. You've, let's see, there was 3 worlds before this, so you're going at a pretty good clip here, I'd say.
Yeah, but then, like, once you get to, I think it's the oil zone, that's when it starts getting, like, 3 or 4 minutes per act, and it gets hard, and I'm rubbish because I'm talking at the same time. So, I'm wary, basically.
I believe you, Sonic.
I seem to have a good number of 1-ups. I don't know how many continues I've got. I haven't been paying attention. But basically that's, I think, going to be the deciding factor is how many continues I've got.
How do you even get continues in this game?
You need to get more than 10,000 at the end of a level. So, and at the end of a level it takes your rings and times that by 100. And it also gives you a time bonus. So if you get a lot of rings and complete the level really quickly, you tend to get more than 10,000. So that's why I think it's also good during a speedrun to just blitz it and try to, you know, hope that you just get to the end as quickly as possible and you have some rings as well. Like, that's, I reckon, the best way to speedrun this game. But I may be wrong since I've already died in this attempt completely, so I don't know.
From what I've seen, the best way to speedrun this game is to, like, clip into a wall and then zip to the exit instantly. I've seen people do that, and it just blows my mind. Like all of a sudden Sonic will just look down, the camera will scroll down, and then Sonic isn't there anymore, and he's zipping through solid walls, and now he beat the game. There's some high-level tech in this game that I'm just not familiar with.
It was... Someone made a comment in chat that this was, like, at its time, the game that felt next-gen, which is maybe a bit of a corny way of putting it, but I can see what he or she meant. Like, it did feel completely ahead of anything else. Technically, like, it just made Nintendo look a bit pedestrian. To me, anyway. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it was a really good-looking and playing Genesis game. It's very colorful, everything's really fast. It gave them that whole blast processing buzzword, which is lord over Nintendo for the next few years. When really all they meant was, we have a slightly faster processor, so our games don't slow down as much.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound good in ads. So it's blast processing.
Okay, I hate this boss. This is the one that drops the crystal mines. And I'm basically just trying to do it as quickly as possible so I don't lose all my rings. There we go.
Yes, sorry everyone, I'm quiet. We've tried.
We have tried everything at this stage. I'll have another quick look at the volume mixer and see if I can do something.
Okay. Look for the option that says Danny. And maximize it.
Oh wait, no, why is it doing... No, Skype is as loud as possible. Yeah, no, it should be doing it, but it just isn't. I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
Oh well. I apologise, I tried. Maybe it's British twitching, I don't know. Just... like, it automatically passes out American voices and tries to protect the Empire.
Someone in chat mentioned Altered Beast, and man, that is a game I played a ton of, because I had a Genesis at launch, which is the one that came with Altered Beast, and for those first few months, all I played was Altered Beast.
But I want to say that came out on other systems, like that was out on Amiga, I think, maybe.
Yeah, there was ports for a bunch of different computers, and also the Sega Master System, and the Famicom, and a few others. But the Genesis one was the definitive edition, from what I recall back then.
You see, that was the thing. I had an Amiga before I had a Super Nintendo and or a Genesis, or any console really. And to me, I didn't quite realise how bad Amiga versions of console games could be. So I had like Street Fighter 2 on Amiga. Playing that with a keyboard is interesting. I've got to say, that's an interesting experience. An Amiga keyboard, no less.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I've seen the DOS version of that game, and that's already pretty bad. But the Amiga, it actually had some great games when they were originals, but when you tried porting stuff to it, no, it just didn't work.
Oh yeah, totally. Like the best version of Rainbow Islands, I'd say, is the Amiga version, and Bubble Bobble.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Rainbow Islands.
Rainbow Islands is an amazing game. You want to talk about a game that was like technically ahead of its time? That game, the programming in that game is ridiculous. No, move! Ah, I was stuck in that bit with the lava in the cave and the door. You'll see it in a second. Ah, I hate it. Okay, managed to get through.
Man, yeah, that part sucks when the lava rises up to meet you, and you just kind of hope you don't die.
Yeah, I've got like no patience for it. Like, I'm sure what you're meant to do is just hang around and wait for it to fall back down, but why bother?
Hey, speedrun, you gotta go fast. How many times am I gonna say that?
We've got an hour and a half left, so...
You're on good pace here, I gotta say. Already at Hilltop Zone, I think we're gonna do this.
Well, as long as I don't die, and I think now that's the bigger problem, is whether I can actually beat the game. I think.
Hilltop Zone isn't so bad, if I recall. After this is Mystic Cave, you can die pretty easily in that if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, there's a bit in Mystic Cave where you actually can't... You can get trapped in a bed of spikes, which is really annoying. Oh no!
Oh yeah, I do remember that part. It was just straight up a bottomless pit where there's spikes and you just die. You can't get out of it. The mobile version of Sonic 2 actually did something interesting with that, because if you go into that pit, it takes you to an entirely new hidden area, the Hidden Palace Zone. so it's like an Easter egg for longtime fans.
Oh, nice. I need to.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard people say that. Yeah, that Easter egg thing is amazing. Like, I can't believe they saved that for the iOS version of all things. That's.
I know. For anyone who doesn't know, the Hidden Palace Zone is this long lost zone that was planned to be included in Sonic 2, and in fact, a lot of work had been done on it. And in some prototype versions, there's a playable version of Hidden Palace Zone, and while you can get through some of it, it's not complete. So it was never officially completed, but for the iOS and Android version, they finished it up, added a boss, and it was complete for the first time.
It's incredible. I love that story because it's just so improbable. Like, I don't understand how it happened.
There's some people are into Sonic. They document this stuff. They go through individual prototypes and note the differences. And
Yeah.
there's actually a good many of them. There were many zones that were cut out of this game. And it's become sort of like this legendary thing over the years, so much so that it made people officially finish those zones up and include them in the game.
Hatman330 in the chat says he would have liked a sequel to Generations. How would you have done a sequel to Generations?
Man, I would have just taken all the Sonic games and then, like, taken different zones from those games and call it Sonic Generations 2.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's a good idea.
Because every Sonic game has at least 2 good levels. Well, except for Sonic 06, but we don't talk about that.
Does Sonic 06 technically have levels? I'm not even joking. Like, it's an open sort of world Sonic, isn't it, or something? Basically, like, I don't even know what it is really.
It's half open world, and then you go into these incredibly poorly thought out zones where you just die a lot.
What I would love to ask the chat is, okay, what is the worst Sonic game? I'd love to get a vote right now, because, I mean, yeah, there are choices. You could say Sonic 06, you could say Sonic Boom, you could say, what's that Wii one, the first Wii one, with the Arabian Nights and the genie and
Sonic
all?
and the Secret Rings. And
Yeah.
the sequel to that, Sonic and the Black Knight.
They're both awful. What else? Sonic Adventure 2? A lot of people didn't like that, but I don't know.
I really don't like that game. I know some people do, though. And it's not the worst.
No, it's probably not the worst.
In my mind, Sonic 06 is on a whole different level from really any other bad game that has ever existed. It's broken in ways that you just cannot even fathom. And that actually makes it kind of great.
A few votes for Sonic Unleashed. You see, I disagree with that, because for me, half of Sonic Unleashed is a really good game. It's just the werewolf stuff is the worst thing ever made.
Yeah, a lot of people are really torn on that game because of that, because the daytime level's really fun. Classic Sonic, platforming, it controls well, and then he turns into a big buff werehog, and everything just becomes the least fun thing ever.
Yeah, basically. Like, why would you... When you have a character that's based around speed, why would you slow him down to the slowest thing ever made in a video game? I don't get it. I reckon it's just they were actually trolling us. Like, they just thought, look, you guys keep getting annoyed with us trying to make Sonic go fast. Here you go. Here he is at his slowest. This is the slowest he'll ever be. Now do you like us?
There was this interview somewhere where they were like unusually candid with why they did that, and it was because they basically said, we don't have enough time or money to create a lot of different zones, so we have to use what assets we have and make you go through them as slowly as possible.
Oh,
that's why they came up with the werehog.
That's such a bad answer.
I know, and people called him on that, saying that
No!
was a lie, but no, I think that's totally plausible. I think that was just an unusually bad solution to a problem that they had.
I did the better spike, so I fell in the bottomless pit.
Oh man, we got to see it. There it is. Yep. Bye, Tails.
Ah! After talking about it as well. It's like signing your own death warrant. Never mind. I can't do that 7 times in a row. I think that's probably too many. I think 1 is acceptable, 7 too many.
You just gotta pause in front of every pit and wonder if it's the one that will lead you to your doom.
Oh no, I got squashed! I got squashed by a box. Okay, I'm gonna... This is the point of the stream where I'm gonna try and slow down a little bit. This is not necessarily about going forwards all the time. Maybe. Maybe at a point...
Making progress. Just slow
Yeah.
and steady for this zone,
This
because I die a lot in this zone too.
Yeah.
It's full of death traps.
I mean...
Yodel mentions... In the chat, Yodel mentions Sonic Freeriders as the worst Sonic game because Kinect broke that game. And I remember playing the demo of that, and yeah, it was totally uncontrollable. I couldn't even play it. So maybe that is worse than Sonic 06, considering you can't even play it at all.
Sonic Spinball's just come up in chat. I thought Sonic Spinball was, as the Sonic spin-offs go, not the worst thing in the world either. I quite liked it.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas one year, so I had to play it. It was okay.
It's not the worst thing, right? Like, I mean, this is...
It was obviously developed by some kind of B team at Sega of America back then, and it was kind of slow and not very technically well done, but, you know, it was alright.
What you just have heard there is the ghost of my mansion. So, telling me that I should probably slow down at this game a little bit. So I'm doing that.
Gotta go slow. It's the ghost of Tails.
Let me die. Just let me move on. Okay, we've got to the checkpoint. This is one of my least favourite bosses from the game as well because I die all the time. Because you get frustrated waiting for it to get into the point where you can hit it, and it's so easy to get hit by the drills, and then get hit by the spikes falling down. I'm just very impatient at this game. That's my problem.
The problem is that it feels good to go fast in this game. They made the mechanics just so that it feels the best when you're going fast and just mounting all these obstacles on the fly. And when you go slow, it feels like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially when you have like a big attention deficit problem, which I seem to have right now. Oh god. Yeah, I think, like, I've realised now streaming speedruns of a game like Sonic is maybe not the best idea. Like, you think you're really good at it, and then you do it live, and you're not. Oh well. We're doing okay. Oh yeah, Sonic 4. What were your feelings about Sonic 4?
Oh boy. I finished episode 1, and it was bad. It was... maybe not the worst Sonic game, but definitely not anything that's worth playing. And Episode 2 is supposedly better, but I never played much of that.
I was okay with Sonic 4, but I just... It could have been a lot better, and it wasn't even close to the standards of the main... oh god. Of the main games. Okay.
Here we go, Oil Ocean Zone.
This is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, this is where the game stops being friendly.
I've already like got stuck on a section for about half a minute, so that's going to really help the time. I haven't started screaming at the screen yet, which happened a lot during the Take This stream. I think that started happening at Metropolis Zone, so look forward to that. I'll start yelling. Might get vulgar.
Yeah, once you start running up those screws and the starfish start shooting at you.
Oh, I hate those starfish.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Like, they just... you feel like you're under control, you've got it, and, you know, they're not going to shoot at you, and then you just make one little movement, and suddenly you're back, you know, right at the bottom of a lift.
Mm-hmm. And they all reappear once you go up there again. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
It's great.
And some of them don't shoot at all. That's the worst part.
Yeah, why did they not shoot? I've never understood that. Like, is that just faulty programming, or Sega just... I don't know.
Screw with you, I think.
Yeah, basically.
You're already under enough pressure at that point, and that just puts it way over the edge.
Guy in the back is Danny, by the way. I don't know what you've been...
I have been Sav, I have been Anthony, I don't know who I am anymore. I am the ghost of Sonic the Hedgehog, watching my buddy Tails die over and over. actually, you're doing good. You've only died a couple of times.
Well, you're discounting that first attempt, where I died 3 times in a row.
That's fine.
That's fine. We don't talk about that anymore. So what? This was a really good question, which our colleague Mike Suzek asked me in chat in Joystiq chat earlier today, which was if you could speedrun one game, what would it be?
Ooh, let's see. What would be a really impressive speedrun? I guess Sonic is the obvious answer because that looks really impressive when you can just string together a solid speedrun. Other than that, jeez.
And this is, I think this is asked in the vein of us being like amateur speedrunners, right? Like I don't know anyone on staff who actually speedruns like in any kind of serious way. I can't think of anyone.
I've put together a DuckTales speedrun.
Oh yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you achieve it? Did you get a good time?
Oh yeah, I've done it in under 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, that's the only game where I'm so good at it I can speedrun it. Anything else, I have trouble.
Is that like?
I played a ton of DuckTales.
Is that using any sort of like cheating methods or like warps or anything? Like I don't think there were warps in that game.
I've done it on original hardware. It's just a really short game.
But I don't remember it being like that short. You're just. This is why you are the king of retro games. Like you dispute it.
Because I'm good at DuckTales.
Yeah, basically. I think that's established now. Okay, let's put it a different way. Which Joystiq staff member would you want to see speedrun which game? And we should make it happen on Joystiq streams.
That's a really cruel question.
Yep.
People are just gonna success the worst games.
I think we should get Susan to speedrun Sunset Overdrive.
Oh my... No!
How do you even speedrun that game? I don't even know.
I would imagine if you just rushed through the story missions, it would be possible. There's people who speedrun the Grand Theft Auto games. Those are actually fun speedruns to watch. People have put together really good ones for Vice City, especially.
What's the kind of time on that? Because normally it takes me about 30 or 40 hours to get through a Grand Theft Auto game.
I believe the Vice City run is under 2 hours.
Wow.
There's a lot of tricks you can use to skip things and reduce time spent in missions.
Daytona in a Sonic suit is a good way to sell Sonic R. I feel like we've missed a lot of chat here, but that statement like stood out to me.
Yeah, wow, let's catch up here. Daytona in a Sonic suit. Okay, that still doesn't make much sense. Scrolling up again. Yeah, I don't know.
A speedrun of Shadow of Mordor was put forward. That'd be interesting.
That game, yeah, if you just do the story missions, it can be pretty short.
Yeah. That's a good suggestion, actually. I like that one. I think we're up to the boss. This is another one of those bosses which you can like really do really quickly, or just die really quickly. I'm gonna try and not die.
Good luck.
Oh, I've already got hit.
Najadoral in chat says, Danny speedrun Yo Noid on NES. No. I don't play games based on pizza mascots. I really just believe forbid it. And that game, I believe it has one-hit deaths, and the controls aren't so good.
So if you are just joining us, hi, my name is Sinan Kubba, and I'm joined by Mr. Danny Cowan.
I'm Danny Cowan, the man in the back.
The man in the back.
Anthony, aka Zeb.
And we are struggling our way through Sonic 2 and attempting to beat it by the end of the stream. Which is going okay, but we are nearing the half-hour mark, no, the hour mark, sorry, and I've not got to Metropolis Zone yet, which worries me a little bit.
Yeah, that zone alone takes like an hour.
Yeah, basically. Richard should speedrun that Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that happening.
Oh, you can make Richard speedrun something even weirder. That guy's like a Sega Saturn fan. He has all kinds of strange games. Make him speedrun Burning Rangers. I don't think anyone's done
Actually, a game that we did play that I wouldn't mind doing for a 24-hour stream would be the Sailor Moon game on Super Nintendo, the RPG. I reckon.
I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, I reckon that's doable in a day for like something like Extra Life.
I bet so. Yeah.
I may maybe do that this year. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, that game's nuts. It's like a really half-decent sort of Final Fantasy-esque RPG, but with Sailor Moon characters. It's surreal. I didn't realise a game like that could exist, and yet it did. It does. Dark Souls 2 glitch speedrun. So a speedrun that I did do for Extra Life a few years ago, a couple of years ago. Oh, those crabs. I didn't speedrun crabs, no. Was Dark Souls 2. And I got right to the last boss by the end of the 24 hours. I was literally running down the path to the last boss, and the 24 hours ticked over. And it was so gutting. It was so annoying.
Man, that is not bad, though. That is a good time for that game.
I was pretty happy with that. Oh, a suggestion for Jess to speedrun Hatterful Boyfriend, I think. That would be weird.
Yeah, those highly contested visual novels.
Any
people have done that, though.
Is Sinan talking about the university again? That's a bit harsh. Not yet. I could.
I'm trying to think of something similar. Oh yeah, it was a Harvest Moon speedrun for the Super Nintendo one. And the way the guy did it was to just go to sleep at the start of every day. And then after a year, the game says, hey, you just slept and didn't actually farm.
That's amazing. I would watch that speedrun for no good reason. I really would.
I saw it. It was like 5 minutes. It was a lot of sleeping.
Oh, just made it over those spikes. So, what's left after Metropolis Zone? I can't remember.
There is the Sky Chase Zone.
Yeah.
And the Wing Fortress Zone.
Is that the one with the robot Sonic?
That's immediately after Wing Fortress.
Ah.
Actually, I believe this is the last multi-act zone. After this is just a couple of standalone levels, and then you fight the bosses.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, you're already almost there.
This is not going as badly as I suspected it would. He said, way too early to get optimistic.
And that's where you jinxed yourself.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Oh well. Mirror's Edge, that's a really good suggestion for a speedrun. I would love to speedrun Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah, that even has like a dedicated speedrun mode, I think.
Yeah. The levels, yeah, the specific speedrunning levels, yeah. Well, but just doing the whole game, I'd love to see that. Are you excited for the return of Mirror's Edge?
I'd like to see another Mirror's Edge. I had problems with that game. It wasn't as good as it could have been, I thought, but if they could fix a few things, it would be really cool.
It was a crabs joke. Okay, fine, yes. I speedrunned crabs in university, thank you very much. I get it now. You're disgusting, Alexander. This is a daytime stream. This is meant to be a PG stream.
That guy, man, he's always pushing the limits.
He is.
He's always trying to get you to say something, and he's like, no, you can't say that. How dare you?
He's basically the tails on your shoulder who's trying to ruin your life.
Hey, Sonic! Remember that time you got crabs?
You're making me die in the game, I hate you.
Pay no attention to
Oh god. Oh my god, I nearly did die as well. Oof. I need a ring. There we go, thank the Lord. Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about Alexander anymore.
I was thinking though, I like playing as Tails in this game because Sonic isn't constantly yelling at you like in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, and you make also a very good point that Sonic doesn't talk. No one talks in this game.
Oh, those were good times.
Not even Robotnik talks. Is he called? Because is he Eggman now, or is he Robotnik now? I never remember which way it goes.
I think he is now fully Eggman.
He's
There was a transitionary period where he was calling himself Eggman and Robotnik, but now he's just straight up Eggman.
Is that like, what, did he require surgery or something?
It was a complicated process.
If we are going to go like not PG, we may as well go fully committed into the world of non-PG.
Well, his name in Japan was always Eggman, and they came up with Robotnik over here, so I guess they just decided to make it consistent between all the different versions.
Right.
Even though Eggman's a totally stupid name.
Oh god, I hate this bit. This is the bit where you need to get on this platform, and you can never see it. Oh, this is going to be the... No! No!
Speedrun over.
An hour later. Oh my god! No! Oh, you are kidding me. Okay, how am I supposed to do this? I forget. Maybe I can just... No!
Is that the most you can rev up? Can you, like, just start mashing the buttons?
I'm trying. Oh my god, he's not even going forwards now. Oh, got it, I got it. No! You are kidding me.
This is fun to listen to.
Oh my god, the game's broken. It sent me miles back. What the hell happened? No, I'm okay, that was weird. You're going to see it completely break. I broke the game.
You did the zip! Oh my god! You zipped! That's the professional stuff I was talking about, where people break the camera and then zip through solid walls.
Oh wow, okay.
You just officially became a speedrunner. Congratulations.
And all it took was an inability to jump.
I can't believe you actually did that by accident. I'm sure that was an intentional thing people did. That was awesome.
That was...
This zone in particular where people actually use that to skip straight to the exit. I've seen it before.
How does it work? So you just basically, you go through... vertically go through the world and you end up in a new spot?
You hold down until the camera scrolls down, and then I believe you jump and something gets messed up and Tails just ends up going through the wall.
That's
You
amazing.
can also do that in the lava with the platforms that sink into the lava. If the camera isn't focused on Tails when he sinks into the lava, he'll just go straight through it. I don't recommend trying that though. It looks difficult.
Well, if nothing else, the stream was worth it for that. For me, inadvertently becoming a professional speedrunner.
Seriously, man. Yeah, I've never seen that outside of a professional speedrun context, so good job.
Thank you, I think. So this is the last act of Metropolis Zone, Act 3. Like you said earlier, it's the only one with 3 acts. And then you reckon we're all 1 act from now on in, like it's no more Act 2.
I believe so, yeah. There's the auto-scroller after this, and then Wing Fortress Zone. And then
Okay.
you get to fight the bosses.
Oh, I'm on one of those screws where you get lots of stars, and you have to dodge. I've got no rings. Oh, okay, survived.
This is the worst. I'm getting angry just looking at this.
Oh, it's another platform that I can't jump onto because I'm rubbish. This is becoming a recurring theme. Okay. Okay, I can do it. 3rd time lucky. Just. Okay.
Oh god. I would be screaming right now.
I'm surprised I'm not.
Tails, you idiot!
Oh, that was... Okay. We're getting close to screaming. I think when I lose my first continue, that's probably what's going to happen.
This is the right time to do it.
Yeah.
You've stayed remarkably calm through this whole thing.
Well, I thought I was going to lose it during that bit where I zipped. That was the only thing that stopped me from losing it, was breaking the game.
No way, that was cool.
I don't think there's in Sonic 2 there's any way, even if you're player 2, to fly as Tails, right? Like, you can't make him fly, you just do it automatically.
Yeah, not even when you're playing co-op, I don't think you can even fly then.
No.
I think in Sonic 3 was the first one where if you played as Tails, you could fly.
Really? I didn't know you could fly in Sonic 3.
I believe so. It's been a while since I've played Sonic 3. I don't really like it that much.
What did you think of Sonic and Knuckles?
I like Knuckles better than Sonic 3, but it has the same problem where half the levels are just kind of garbage.
Yeah,
like, there's some really good levels. It's fun in parts, but compared to Sonic 2, there's way more filler.
It does feel like the beginning of the end for me. The beginning of the end is Sonic 3 and Sonic Knuckles. They're alright, but they're not as good as Sonic 2. And then it all goes Sonic Adventure, and yeah, so on and so forth. Oh, I hate those crabs.
My personal favorite is Sonic CD.
Sonic CD is amazing because it's so different to the other Sonic games. Like, it's just completely nuts.
It feels like it was on a different evolutionary path than the other Sonic games. Like, it followed up on Sonic 1's exploration-based approach.
Yeah.
These others just kind of focused on speed.
I never really understood the future past thing. Like,
that whole element was pretty much entirely unnecessary.
Yeah. It was really complicated. Like,
yeah.
Oh god. More starfish. I hate them.
The time traveling thing, I think what they wanted you to do was travel back into the past and destroy Eggman's machines, and then you travel to the future, and it's a good future, and there's lots of power-ups and stuff. But the thing is, that requires so many time travels in a row that there's no way you're going to realistically do that in every single zone. They didn't really think that out all that well.
Okay, here we go. This is one of the first War of Attrition bosses. This is the 8-egged Robotnik, where you have to just...
Oh yeah, it's this one.
Yeah, you have to wait until he's in a specific point, and then you hit, you jump, and you do it over and over again, and it's so easy to just have a lapse and mistime your jump and get hit by that orbit of eggs.
I believe my strategy for this boss was to just keep jumping at him and take the hits and just keep collecting rings so you don't die.
I feel like that's the speedrunning thing that I should be doing, but I've lost my confidence now.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Yeah. I might get impatient once we get down to like 3 or 2 eggs, and I'll just try and lose all my rings that way. Oh no!
Ryan Classic asks if we've seen the hack of Sonic 1 where Knuckles is in it, and yes, it is pretty broken. I think there's a part in Marble Zone where you can just climb over the first wall and the exit's right there, and Knuckles beats the level in like 10 seconds. Which is great, because that zone's really slow and kind of boring.
Okay, 1 egg. We're down to 1 egg. He's literally now an Eggman. And I'm gonna de-egg him. I could easily get him, I'm just being a complete wuss. Okay, now he's doing his laser shooting thing.
He has a laser?
Yeah, right at the end of the orbit stuff, he gets his laser, and it's really easy to beat him. But for some reason, they felt like they should include it. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't the most smooth of boss fights. I've got to admit this, Sonu. Like, that was pretty rubbish from my part. But I'm alive. We're at Sky
It
Chase.
was solid. You didn't take many hits. I don't think you even took one. And now someone's calling me Ernest.
You are every person on the Joystiq stuff.
Every single Joystiq stuff.
Should we introduce ourselves again?
I am Danny, Mario 27. don't feel bad. It's a mistake a lot of people have made.
And I'm Sinan. Hello. Danny is my tails in this adventure of Sonic 2. Although you're not actually playing, we should stress because you could play, but you're not.
I could.
I don't think you can do it online. Like, I don't think any version exists where you can play this game online 2-player.
Oh man, it would be great if we could have a speedrun race, though.
That would be pretty cool.
Then
Except
we'd
you'd
both
win.
get upset at the game.
No, but you. You see, I reckon now that you told me you've done DuckTales in like a minute or whatever, like, I just don't trust you. I feel like you're secretly a die-hard speedrunner.
I have played a lot of Sonic 2. I don't know if I would still be any good at it. It's been a while.
Yeah, sorry. Danny's levels is a bit low. We've tried everything. We can't do anything about it. But you seem to have come through okay. People have been remarking on your knowledge of Genesis games. So
That's cool.
yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's Sonic flying the plane now. Normally it's Tails. Normally Tails just kind of bows out for these last few levels.
No,
But
Sonic.
since you're playing, he gets to save the day.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a cameo now from him. Basically, he's having a cameo in his own game. I completely died. How far back do you go? Is it right at the beginning?
This level.
Okay, I'm gonna pay more attention now. iOS has online, really? Online versus?
Wow.
That's amazing. Why is the iOS version the best version? What's going on?
It's because those new ports were developed by a long-time Sonic fan and expert programmer. I believe his name is Christian Whitehead, and he's just been involved in the Sonic. I just fan development, hacking, all sorts of things. And smartly, Sega decided to hire him and make the new ports, and they're really awesome.
MC King asks, is your Best of the Rest online on joystiq.com?
I believe that will be up tomorrow. I finished it up today.
Do you want to give us a sneak peek?
I don't
Name
know
one
what it is
game.
this year. It's completely blank.
It was 2014 was that bad for you?
Yeah, it was pretty dire all around. No, I got D4 on there. I got Theater Rhythm Curtain Call, which I thought for sure you would put on yours, but I didn't see it on yours.
No, I mean I was toying with it, but I put Theatre Rhythm in my 2012 list, and I just thought like, is it really a different game?
It's not.
No.
But it is a pretty big improvement.
It is a big improvement. Like, your review was spot on, and I put like 100 hours into that game this year, but I couldn't in good conscience put it on my list, even though it probably deserved to be there. Like, I just couldn't.
Just put it on there every year. I guess next year you'll put Dragon Quest Theater Rhythm on there.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that game.
that should be interesting. I mean, that was the obvious choice for them to go to Dragon Quest, right? But like, people were asking for, what was the other one? Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if that would
See,
work.
I would have thought Chrono Trigger would be the next logical one, because that had a ton of really good music.
Yeah, but is there enough?
That's only one game.
Yeah, that's a problem. Will we be doing a GOTY podcast like we do in the last years? Yes, we will. That is going to happen on Thursday, I believe. Around this time in the day, if I'm not mistaken. Whoa! Fell into the sky.
This is it. This is the true challenge. If you've made it to this point, you might as well beat the game, and Sega knows that, and they're gonna throw everything at you.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. Like, we're already like.
You died at exactly the part I die on every single time. Because I just expect there to be a floor there, and there's not a floor there.
It just goes very quickly from floor to not floor, basically. Okay. Oh, are you always, because you don't control the clutching of the rail, so you just never 100% sure like you're gonna make it.
It's true. Yeah, those things are weirdly hard to grab on.
Oh no! Okay. Okay.
If it helps, I don't believe the flames hurt you.
You'll see how I died.
awful. Sorry, not gonna sugarcoat that.
I'm gonna slow down. Oh my god!
It's so easy to make mistakes in this level, and it punishes you so severely.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit quiet because this is a really hard bit.
This is what the speedrunners call serious time. It's like an actual thing where they declare serious time, and nobody can talk.
Okay, you can talk if you want. I'm just not going to be able to.
This is now Sinan's serious time. So anyway, like I was saying before, when I think of Tails, I usually think of Sonic Adventure Tales, where Sonic is just always behind you, egging you on. And the one part I remember about that game is the snowboarding level, where he'll race in front of you, constantly yelling at Tails, being like, "Come on, Tails! Hey, Tails! Tails! Look at me! Tails, I'm Sonic, your friend!" Grows old, like, almost immediately, and that snowboard part goes on forever, so it's just Sonic yelling at you forever.
Oh, this is another bit which I hate, because it's just... Yeah, I got the one up at the top of the plane. But usually that takes me about 10 minutes, so... Oh, the chickens!
Chickens!
Why are there chickens on a plane? Why?
Why not?
But... Yeah, okay. Good point. And yet, why?
It's everywhere in this game. You free the chickens at the end of every level, there's enemy chickens.
But none of them have guns until, like, right now.
Oh yeah. Robotnik finally stepped it up.
He's like... It hasn't just been working putting chickens in cages or, like, shells. Let's try giving them guns.
You foiled my clever chicken trap!
Okay. I feel like I'm near the end of this level, but I'm not 100% sure.
You're getting there. This is looking pretty close like the end.
I can't remember what I'm supposed to do at this bit. Okay, there's a gun platform. Okay, come on. Oh. No! Okay.
This is the true test. Yeah, you got to the disappearing platforms. These are annoying.
Oh my god. I hate this bit.
Hey, you hit the checkpoint at least.
Yeah, but I died immediately after.
That's fine, whatever.
I thought I couldn't work out what I was supposed to do.
You know, that last death, I don't think it was even your fault. It just kind of tossed you into the pit when it was supposed to toss you over.
I think I pressed
That's all
jump.
the game.
No, I pressed jump. Like, you're not meant to press jump.
I'm trying to make excuses for you.
Okay, no, yeah, it was all the game's fault. Like, it broke earlier, so we can believe that.
You got a glitched cartridge. You gotta, like, reinsert it or something. I know this is the Steam version. I don't know how you would do that.
Oh, this is the boss. This is the boss. This is the boss. This is the boss. This is the robot Sonic. No, it isn't. This is this weird one.
It's the pre-robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the spiked platforms. Oh god. I forgot what I was supposed to do. Oh, the laser hurts me. Okay.
Lasers do that. I think you have to hit the laser before it actually shoots the laser.
Yeah, I just worked that out. I've played this game like loads of times, but I never get this far most of the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sonic 2 is a great game to quit partway through.
Yeah.
And you don't feel bad about it, because it's really fun up to a point, and then it just becomes kind of annoying.
No! Ah! I didn't die. I feel like I'm going to. Oh, okay, phew. Ah. Sinan's furious clacking on the controller is hilarious. For the record, by the way, I'm using an Xbox One controller. Which is wrong, but I am.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Pad on that?
I'm using the analog stick like a complete loser.
Wow, that actually makes it more difficult, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know, I've gone this far using the analog stick. I can't use D-pad on Xbox controllers, I don't like them really. But my PS4 controller is in use at the moment, so I can't use it. Oh, should I jump?
Yep.
No? Okay, it does
No,
automatically.
I think this part is automatic. The PS4 controller actually has a pretty good D-pad.
Ooh. Why didn't a lot of people at Joystiq play Dark Souls 2? I think Sinan and Zav put it on their best of rest. I feel like a fair few people did play Dark Souls 2 Joystiq, but it's Dark Souls is one of those series that not everyone's going to like, right? I mean, do you play Dark Souls, Danny?
I played a lot of the original, I played some of Dark Souls 2, and it didn't really grab me in the same way. And from what I'd read, it was kind of a disappointment in some ways compared to the first one.
I mean, it still made my list, but it was definitely not for me. Oh god, I got okay. What was that? Serious time you called it?
Yeah, okay, serious time. In my case, yeah, I played a ton of the original Dark Souls, started up Dark Souls 2, and intended to go back to it, but it didn't really click. Like with the Dragon Age.
Ah, yeah.
I believe me and Richard had the same problem where we played it and we were like, that's pretty good. This is a pretty good game, but it's not, like, super great. Your mileage may vary, of course.
Yeah. I can't remember how this goes. Oh, okay. I'm trying to work.
Yeah, Metal Sonic, only vulnerable on his face. If you touch the back of his head, you die. That's what sucks about this part. Don't.
Ah!
I've seen people spin dash into him.
Ah!
So it sounds like it's going well.
I got 5 hits in. Ah!
Sucks. You were off by like a pixel. That is the worst.
Okay, now at least I've got some of the pattern down. So, this is where the continues come in. Oh god. This is not going well.
And again, to remind people, you get no rings in this part. You just get one hit and that's it. And you gotta beat 2 of the toughest bosses in the game with no rings.
You have to do them in one go, do you? You can do. It separates them out. Thank God. Oh, I forgot it doesn't jump at that point. Ah!
Yeah, it messes you up. Sometimes it jumps, sometimes it doesn't.
Ah! Okay.
I've seen speedrunners demolish this part, and it makes me mad every single time. Because I've lost dozens of lives fighting these guys.
If anyone's wondering, I've got. I still have continues, so if I die here, it's okay. But it's not ideal. It's really not ideal. I think you go straight back to this point. I'm hoping. After.
Yeah, I think if you continue, you just start off here.
I think I'm up to 6 now. Okay. Now I'm assuming it jumps over me. Oh my god, he chucks spikes! How can you do that?
How dare you!
Yeah! Get in!
Alright, we're making progress.
Okay. Now we chase Robotnik. And now I can't remember. This is the final boss, and I don't remember how to beat it. I think you want to hit his belly.
Yes, his belly's the only vulnerable spot.
Yeah.
Though he also has those spike arms.
This is going to be really interesting.
I think at one point he'll try and stomp on you, and he throws the arms sometimes.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're getting the pattern down. It's cool.
One hit in. Woo! 15 to go.
I just saw the arm throwing, and that's the part that always trips me up.
Yeah.
You have to strategically position him so he's far enough away from you where those can't reach you.
Yeah, it's. Oh, nearly died. Because he also walks towards you after the second one, doesn't he? And so you need to be far away enough so you're not going to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pain. I think we're up to 3. I still feel like I'm in trouble.
I think you got it.
4.
This freaking guy, though. I think he made a return in Sonic Generations.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah. Oh, blimey. Blimey. Yeah, it's good. Ladies
and gentlemen, we have a blimey.
You know what I would play? I would play Sonic Blimey.
Sonic's new friend, Blimey the werewolf.
5. I think the other problem is if you get stuck behind him, he does like a different thing. Doesn't he?
Yeah, that sounds like something he does, yeah.
That sounds like something he does.
He would do that Eggman.
Oh, wow. 6. If I beat it this time... Oh, I shouldn't talk like that. Why am I talking like that?
Don't even. Live in the present.
7. Oof! That one was close. That one was close. Yeah, that one was close. we're halfway. 8.
I've gone full serious time now too.
No! It went through! The game glitched again!
What? I gotta see this.
I've never seen that happen before.
Oh, it totally glitched! You went right through him! You were supposed to bounce off him!
Ah, my word.
Eggman cheated. You saw it, folks, right here on tape.
I have to do Sonic again? No!
Yep. This is where the true hell begins.
Oh, you...
Yep, everyone agrees with you. That was totally unfair. You're supposed to bounce off him. That is how bosses work.
Okay, that's fine, because we drama, it's drama.
You fought him long enough to totally get that pattern down, too, so you totally have this.
Yeah, I hope so. Because otherwise I'm screwed.
Hey, you run out of continues, we'll just use the stage somewhere. We'll stay with this all day if we have to. I've made that decision for you.
Okay, I've got Robot Sonic down at least. It's all patterns and memory and not being rubbish. That's the speedrunner's secret.
Not being rubbish.
Yep.
That's part of the speedrunner credo, I think. Don't be rubbish.
Is there any way we can punish Sega for this? Like, can we put Alien Isolation down the list of our top 10 if this happens again?
I've already deleted it from our list.
Okay. And now Curtain Call's in there.
No, I replaced it with Drakengard 3.
You can't do that.
I have that power.
I heard from... I mean, we're the two people on Joystiq Staff who love Nier, which is a great game. I didn't play Drakengard 3. I'm guessing you did. Was it a good game? Was it worthy of that team's potential?
Oh,
no. No, that's what I've heard, right?
It's very simple and kind of bad. But it's so interesting. You want it to be good, because the story is really interesting, and Zero is such a jerk of a main character.
Right. But Nier was such a one-off. Like, I was so happy when you put that as your best game of the generation, because in many ways, I completely agree. Like, it's so unlike anything else that you'll play.
Yeah, it is so good. That development team, Cavia, is known for making a whole bunch of mediocre games, and with Nier, it felt like that they knew that was going to be their last game, so they put all their heart into it, and it totally shows it.
Oh yeah.
It is so good.
Someone else had Nier. That was me. That was me who had it in their top. Was it? No, I didn't think I don't know anymore. No, someone else did. It wasn't me. I didn't put it in. I was going to.
You're watching Nier fans play Sonic.
Okay, we should start a spin-off stream called Near Fans Play. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Where we
excellent.
just play games and we're like, this isn't as good as
You know what did this better? Near.
Yeah. Final boss in Nier, better than this final boss.
Oh, which final boss are you talking about, though? That's the whole thing, like...
Oh boy, there's a lot of final bosses, aren't there? Let's say the one for ending D.
I never got to ending D. I never got that far.
It's so worth it. Did you at least play through the game a second time?
No, I mean, I watched and I read. I would like to go play it for a second time. I know all the stuff that happens, but it was just too much time. But I should do that at some point. I'd love to, because it's worth it totally. Why is Nier so good? Do you want to answer that one, Danny?
On the surface, it's just an above-average action RPG, and after you beat it, you may be like, that was pretty good, I liked that game, it was alright. And then you start your second playthrough, and suddenly all this stuff about the story is suddenly revealed in all these cutscenes, and it shows everything you were doing in a completely different light. And it just really makes you examine what was going on in the story and the role you as a player serve in video games overall. And it's great. No other game has succeeded at doing that, and I really enjoyed it. It's also really fun. The gameplay is actually good, unlike Drakengard 3, where you kind of push through mediocre gameplay for the sake of story. Nier actually has the gameplay to back it up.
Unfortunately, the guy who asked couldn't quite hear you. I'm sorry about that. Like, I think unless you can't get, oh god, I screwed up. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. But yeah, like, unfortunately, you're gonna have to somehow get the levels up at your end because we've tried everything and we've got a super quiet Danny. But I can repeat basically what you said. Like, in essence, is how much the new game adds to the experience and like changes the way you look at the story, but also like in the main game itself, like the way it pastiches other genres, the way it subverts like what you're expecting of the characters. Oh, I beat it.
Yay!
I thought it was 16. I didn't do that 16.
Tails.
Hey, we did it.
You did it without your buddy Sonic.
And now we get to watch one of the worst endings to a really good video game. Like, it just falls through the sky.
It's, yeah. It is what it is.
Hey,
Anyway, back to Nier.
back to Nier.
And Sonic 2 isn't nearly as good. And, yeah, go play Nier. In the chat, Anthony actually did a pretty good job of summing it all up. And as you said, it combines a whole bunch of genres. Like, it becomes a dungeon crawler, it becomes a bullet hell shooter for some of the bosses. Good stuff.
Well, I don't know what do we end the stream early? I guess we do, right? Like, what else can you do with Sonic 2?
Man, that was actually a really good run of Sonic 2. You did better than I would have after not playing it for many years.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I can't lie and say I haven't played it for many years. Like, I've played this quite a lot, but I just, like you said, like, I never get that far most of the time. So you have to remember what you're supposed to be doing, and it's... I don't know. I think we have to end early. Like, I think we can do that. We started a bit early, so we can end early, I'm afraid. I'm not really sure what else we can do with Sonic 2.
Miles Inberg in chat notes, Tails has forgotten how to fly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little strange. He was just kind of falling, like, oh well, I've accepted my death.
We can enjoy the credits and just lament that these really talented people ended up not making the next Sonic games, perhaps.
Yeah.
There he is, Yuji Naka.
Anthony is bugging me in AIM saying, roll into Sonic 3, keep it going with Sonic 3.
I don't have Sonic 3, I'd have to download it.
Okay, spend $5 on Sonic 3, and spend $5 on Sonic and Knuckles, see if you knock them on, and you can get the full Sonic 3 experience.
Tell Anthony if he's willing to expense it.
Anthony, this is on you.
Quick 2-player races on Sonic 2. Like, I don't have a second player! We can't!
Is there an AI opponent in the 2-player mode? I don't know.
No. We could try to speedrun getting the 7 crystals. That's the only thing I can think of.
You could. You could at least show off one of the special.
Yeah, let's do that. Show off the special. We didn't show off any special stages, so we can do that. And then maybe at 1:30 we'll call it a day. Because we started early, so we'll still get the full hour and a half in.
And you did it. You beat Sonic 2 in under 2 hours.
I did. Well under 2 hours. Like, I don't mean to boast, but I am kind of awesome. I mean,
He's asking, what other Sonic games do you have?
Not on my PC. I've got nothing.
I think he doesn't want to watch. He doesn't want to see this stop. He wants to see the Sonic train just keep on rolling all day.
Oh, I understand it, Anthony. Yeah, like Desonu says, I'm just too good. I can't help it. I just can't help it.
If Anthony or anyone else wants to watch speedruns this week, there is a speedrun marathon going on, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's at gamesdonequick.com. It's the awesome Games Done Quick charity marathon, and they're showing a whole bunch of cool games done really quickly.
What was the thing they did with Pokemon? Oh, they made Pokemon play Twitch. Did you see that?
That was absolutely insane. Yeah, they hacked Pokemon Red to play Twitch chat live streaming via a Super Game Boy and a Super Nintendo.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It was just nuts.
Okay, let's do a special stage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna call it a day.
Anthony says he will also accept a 7 Emeralds run.
I don't need to be Sonic, do I? You should try and beat your last time. That's not gonna happen. I can't beat this game twice in one day. Okay. Let's play as Sonic. But not with Tails. Okay, there we go. Because Tails gets in the way on the special stages.
Oh yeah, he totally does. He runs into all the bombs.
Yeah.
Makes you lose rings.
He does. If you haven't got this game, by the way, and this is like you watching Sonic 2 and like, oh, like realizing just how awesome a game it is, you can get it on everything. Like, it is on everything. The Steam version I got cost a few bucks. You can get it on Xbox, you can get it on PS3, probably get it on Wii U, probably get it on the handhelds in some kind of collection, I would assume. Like, it's everywhere. And it is. I know it's not one of your favorite Genesis games. This is like one of my favorite games, full stop.
Oh,
I think
it's among my favorite Genesis games. I really like it.
Okay, but you had like top 20. Like that's.
Yeah, it's in the top 20.
That's unacceptable, but that's fine. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. And in fairness to you, unlike me, you've played more than 5 Genesis games. So.
I have played a few hundred.
Right, yeah, you've got the more educated opinion. I'm trying to find where the checkpoint is. I've lost it. I'm finding lots of secret rings, but I'm not finding the checkpoint. I think it must be here. Come on, checkpoint. Oh, it's here, definitely. Somewhere. Is it after this monkey? There we go. Okay, so this is the special stage and if I remember rightly, you have to complete 7 of them to get the 7 KS Emeralds, and after doing that, you become Super Sonic, which does allow you to fly in Sonic 2, in a way, sort of, kind of.
You just go really, really fast.
Yeah, it feels like flying.
Going up a ramp as Super Sonic, you're just launched millions of feet into the air, and it's really cool.
This is actually, like, as 3D Sonic goes, probably the best 3D Sonic that's ever been made is these special stages. I would argue.
Yeah, it's hard to mess this up. He's not, like, constantly glitching through walls and falling to his death, so it's an improvement over what we've seen.
Also, he keeps running. Like, that's kind of the point. Like, just keep him running.
I see some hate for these special stages, and, you know, I can see it. Once you get to the last few of these, they become really frustrating.
Yeah.
But, like, I I guess, what is your favorite Sonic special stage while we're on the
I don't have one. Come on. Like, okay, this one. It's so memorable with the blue and the orange, and I can beat it, which is a big plus. Do you have a favorite special stage?
I actually like Blue Spheres and Sonic 3. I'm really good at those for some reason.
Oh!
This one I'm not nearly as good at.
I thought you meant, like, from this game.
Oh.
It's like, which of the 7 ones do you like?
You have them all memorized.
Like, number...
like overall.
I like the first one. Like, the one where you're in the maze and you have to...
I like that one too. Those
Yeah.
aren't so bad. They're frustrating when you hit the exits, but overall, pretty well done.
Should we do one more? Have we got... Do I know where the checkpoint is? No.
All 7, you can do it.
Oh, I just lost all my rings.
And then get all the time stones in Sonic CD. And, yeah, someone mentioned the Sonic CD special stages. I like those. Those are pretty good.
That's true. I don't think I got to them more than once because they're quite hard to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, we're at half past. I think it's probably as good a time as any to call it a day. As much as Anthony would protest. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who watched. Sorry about the audio levels. Hopefully you got the gist of what Danny was saying, and it was generally all awesome. So I'm afraid maybe it was just for me. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed you being on the stream, Danny. It was good for me.
It was a good run, and I'm glad you played through that. I hadn't seen a full run of Sonic 2 in a while. It was interesting to return to that.
I didn't think we were going to see it today, but we did. I'm really happy. And we'll definitely be doing more retro speedruns. Like, I think that's something we should be doing more of. Or just more retro streaming, right? Like,
oh, totally, we should.
Yeah.
I should see how many DuckTales speedruns I can cram into one stream.
I would watch that to hell and back. That would be awesome. No, you should do it. You should aim for a number, a specific number. And you should do it. Anyway, so yeah, from the guy in the back and the guy in the front, thank you so much for watching, and join us next week, I guess, for more, or later this week, I should say, for more Sonic streams. Bye for now. Sonic streams. Joystiq streams! Bye for now.
All Sonic, all the time.
All Sonic streams.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.